Hey everybody, welcome back to the Liquid What channel. I'm Liquid. We're going to be playing more Highway Blossoms. We only got through a very small portion of the game, the first episode. Just a little introduction to see how it all works out, because there's a lot of reading. I don't know how many of you want to listen to me talk that much. But then again, why are you watching my commentary if you didn't want to hear it? I overthink things too much. Okay, let's go ahead and load the game and get back to where we were. Okay. A pleasant little chime greets me as I enter the station, Marina trailing close behind. The drive was quiet after I turned the music on. Turning the tables on her and asking what she was doing out there seemed to throw off her. Weird way to say it. I didn't mean to come off as cold as I did. It's just been ages since I've had a conversation beyond accepting some half-hearted condolences. So, to be fair, I haven't really wanted to hold one. The guy behind the counter is busy ringing someone up, so I set out in search of a gas can. The store is one of those big mini-mart places, made specifically for travelers. It's surprisingly clean for a place surrounded by sand. Every corner has an unnatural sanitary shine, accompanied by the scent of citrus cleaning product. Hey, they have the cola flavor here! I turn and find Marina clutching the slushy machine, her eyes widening like cats tempted with yarn. Don't most gas stations have it? She shakes her head, but doesn't take her eyes off the machine. All the places back home only had cherry and raspberry. When we got sick of them, we just had to mix them together. But... Marina finally turns to me, wearing a face of pure concentrated sadness. I left my wallet in the car. Of course she did. It's the saddest thing I've ever seen. Just looking at her, I can feel my heart break. Wait a second. How were you expecting to pay for the gas? I don't know. I just remembered. How did she last 5 minutes out in the desert? Fine, I guess I'll pay for it. Really? Yeah, and grab yourself one of those slushies too. But make it a small one. Her pure concentrated sadness melts into pure unconcentrated happiness. You're the best, Amber. Aw, how sweet. She grabs the cup and holds down the button until the slushie overflows and drips down the side. I was going to pay for the gas anyway, but I'm hoping the drink makes up for the drive over. I spot the gas cans and, with Marina happily sipping from a straw, grab one and head for the counter. The guy at the register is still ringing up the same girl. Lines of flimsy plastic bags line the counter, filled with a mixture of off-brand junk food and gardening tools. He scans the items as the girl digs through her wallet, her bandana-wrapped head pressing a phone against her shoulder. Oh, that chick's kinda cute. Weird for the bikini look out in the desert, but yeah, I guess it's hot. Are you supposed to be the badass mechanic? What good are you if you're not? She swipes out her card and hands it to the cashier, more interested in staring at her nails than looking at him. How the hell would I know? Have the sport check underneath if you're so curious. On the other end of the line, I can hear the faintest of squabbling. I can't make out anything they're saying, but the tone sounds worlds more tolerable than the girl's. If it's that old, then I say do it. Cash is cash, it's not like anyone's gonna care. We better not take as long as last time, though. I'll be waiting for you slackers outside. Shop? The girl slips her phone back into the crevices of her dangerously unzipped jumpsuit. What little clothing she has on underneath looks like it's going to burst from the slightest movement. Not my type, especially with that personality, but it's hard for me to do anything other than stare. The attendant reaches out to help with the bags, but the girl snaps them away before he can. Excuse me. She shoots him with a heated glare that burns straight through the man and into the wall behind him. Turning around, the girl looks at us for a second before rolling her eyes, then marches out the door. The bags weigh her down as they nearly scrape the ground. Yeah, definitely not my type. Good luck. Marina and I set the can and nearly empty slushies on the counter. Will that be all? Yeah, sorry if we're more boring than that other girl. The attendant hacks out a dry cackle and scans the gas can. He flicks his oily ponytail behind his shoulder and then rings out Marina's drink. Been a lot of folks passing through and stocking up the past few days. It's been a good change of pace. I'm guessing that's why you girls are here too. Marina eases in towards the counter, nudging herself tightly between me and the rack, her hands creeping over to the slushie. For what? I'm just heading out to California. If I don't end up driving myself insane first. You mean you don't know? The attendant freezes, forgetting about the scanner in his hand. Blinding red light beams from it onto my chest. About what? Why, the treasure. Marina's hand stops just shy of grabbing the cup. Treasure? The clerk's chubby face morphs into a grin. Y'all telling me that you girls haven't heard of the treasure in the journal? I have. I frown, embarrassed. Marina looks at the floor again, her cheeks flushing red. I guess she's always just this forward. Well, I heard about it on the news. It's kind of why I drove down here. You drove out in the middle of the desert for treasure. Sorry, but you've lost me. Not just any treasure, Missy. The miner's treasure. He says it like that should clarify what he meant. I stare at him. He stares back. A lot of staring going on. Marina sips the last dregs of her slushie. You honestly don't know? Not a clue. Are you gonna change that? A little feisty, ain't you? Not really, just have stuff to do. Fair enough. A little while back, some folks were going through all the trash in their garage. As fate would have it, they came across an old journal. Crap, I missed one. Can I back it up? Back. Turns out the thing belonged to their great uncle, or maybe their great grandfather, I don't know. Some dead old man. I cut him off with a cough, a polite hint for him to either get on with it or quit his yammering. Despite apparently knowing all this, Marina continues with rapt attention. Sometimes her drink makes that annoying slurping sound again. Sorry, I'll try to keep it short. Anyway, after flipping through it, they found out that he'd struck it rich during the gold rush. If he struck it rich, then why wouldn't the family know about it? They'd be to be pretty well off, right? Oh, I can answer that. He went back home to Missouri without any gold, and told all his friends he hid it. By now the slushie's all gone. Marina tries for one last sip, but all that's sucked through the straw is air. She peers down into the cup and blows out a small sigh. No one believed him, though. I raise an eyebrow. If even this girl knows about it, then I must be more out of the loop than I thought. Well now, looks like sister here's been doing her research. The attendant leans into the counter and smirks. Story goes, he wanted to eventually move his family out west and dig his gold back up along the way, but kicked it before he could. He slides his thumb along his neck and makes a cheesy sound effect to go with it. Marina giggles, but I just keep staring. Man, no fun this one. The folks that found the journal ended up selling it to some hotshot publishing house. Now everyone wants to retrace the steps and find the treasure. Shipments have been selling like hotcakes. Just got ours last week. He points to a rack of identical books sitting by the door. A sign hanging above it reads, Treasure of the Desert, A Miner's Journey. Take part in the new gold rush. Yeah, that'll stick in people's heads. And people are really buying into this? Sure are. I've worked here for over 20 years, and never have I seen this many people passing through. Even the Banshee before you was here for some supplies and a journal. Sure, okay, but this is a hoax if I've ever seen one. And where's the supposed treasure? No one knows. It's all scattered around the desert. They say the journal has hints to its whereabouts. Marina, you said this is why you drove out here? Yep, that's right. But you don't really believe the treasure exists, do you? Sure I do. She pauses to think. At least I want to. But wouldn't it be super cool if there was treasure? Sure, it would be cool. There's a good chance it isn't. And even if it were, do you know where to start looking? No, not really. I never got that far. I don't even have a copy of the journal. She lowers her head like she knows there's a good chance what I'm saying is true. How does she not even have a copy of the thing if she's out here looking for it? But I have to try. Her voice is soft and quiet, but there's a faint glow of determination behind it. It makes me feel ashamed for scolding, but the idea that she dropped everything for treasure is insane. To her credit, she did a little research, but that's cancelled out by driving into the desert without a full tank of gas. She wasn't prepared at all. People who care about her must be worried sick. I barely even know her, and I'm worried. Ah, don't be too hard on her, Missy. After all, who can resist a good treasure hunt? He looks at Marina and gives a big gummy grin, courtesy of his missing teeth. Only looks like he's missing one, maybe. Is that right, sister? Marina springs back with a smile of her own. That's right. Rolling my eyes, I reach into my pocket and pass some crumpled bills on to the clerk. Yeah, well, I'll believe it when I see it. He shrugs and stuffs the cash in the register, though now I'm just paying for the tank and an empty cup. I pocket the change. I give a casual wave from the exit that should be a good enough thank you. Marina follows, though a bit more animated, waving her arm like a fan as she says goodbye. Oh, and sister? Yeah? You go ahead and take one of them journals. Free of charge. Awesome. Really? Marina lights up like a firecracker and bounces up and down like she's a kid again. Yup. Oh wow, thanks, mister. In one swift motion, she swipes one of the remaining books off the rack so fast that I swear my eyes are skipping frames. Hey Amber, look, he gave you one for free. She's right there. Yeah, I see it. I tune out her chattering and nod as we walk out to the parking lot so we can finally get the fuel. The attendant shouts one last thing, his voice fading behind the glass of the closing door. Good luck on your trip. Desert people are weird. No way. Maybe it's further up the road. I can't believe it's gone. We could have just passed it. We weren't even away that long. How can it be gone? Her car's gone? Holy balls! We stare at the empty space that once housed a certain ugly green car. I look in every conceivable direction, but there's nothing. Nothing but an ocean of sand and a never-ending stretch of road. Was it towed? No, not out here. Not this quick. Where the hell did it go? Yeah, that is kind of weird, isn't it? Marina's hand rests against her cheek as she looks on with only mild confusion, like she's trying to solve a small mystery. Your car is missing. That's more than a little weird. Well, it's actually my big brother's car. He just lent it to me while he left for college. Oh, well that makes everything better then. You just lost your brother's car! What's wrong with you? Really? No! I let out a heavy sigh and pressed my fingers to my temple, attempting to massage away the stress and irritation. It was probably stolen. We'll need to call the police. You have a phone, right? I do, but... Her voice trails off a cliff. What she said earlier echoes in my head. That's right, you said it was dead. And I'm guessing you left it in your car. Yeah? Well, that's just great. Don't you have one? Nope, never needed one. Afraid no one would call you? Dick move. Not quite. I shield my eyes and look up at the dark, dry sky. Its color has shifted to a glowing orange as sunset begins to settle over the distant valley peaks. It's going to get dark pretty soon. Don't worry, Amber. I would call you. Aw, she's sweet. I just can't leave her. Even if she did have her phone, it would take forever before anyone could get out here. She'd go from burning up in the heat to freezing out in the cold within a few hours. Plus, if there are people around who would steal cars, there's no telling who else is out here. I can already see how this would all go down. She would be huddled by the side of the road trying to keep warm. A pack of coyotes would be howling all around her, closing in. Then from down the road, a starved creep would pull up in a trashy old pickup, open his door to her, and... oh god. Hey, where you're from? Where are you from, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, I'm from Carlsbad. Oh, that's here in California. Wait, he's from California. How are they on the same direction of road if she was... well, I don't remember if it said they were both facing the same direction. Okay. She pauses for a moment. Or at least kind of close to it. It's a little out of the way. Carlsbad? You're from California? No, silly. Carlsbad, New Mexico. Oh. Does Carlsbad, New Mexico? Right. Had me going there for a second. How far is that? Maybe 2 hours from here? Wow. Didn't get very far at all, did you? Marta lowers her head in shame. I never really seem to. Aww. Though I'm not really one to talk. I've been on the road less than a day. Would have gotten further if traffic on the I-40 wasn't such a pain in the butt, or if I didn't pick up Marna. Hey, listen, you don't live too far away. If you want, I can probably give you a lift back home. I prep myself for an explosion of thankful energy and excitement. But there isn't one. Instead, she continues to stare at the ground, her hands now balled up in fists as she fidgets ever so slightly. Something wrong? She shifts her gaze from the ground and looks me straight in the eyes, drawing a deep, long breath. Remember the treasure we were talking about at the store? Yeah? I know it's a lot to ask, and you've already helped me out so much already. But do you think you could take me to the first place the treasure is? Huh? She wants to keep going, even after this entire disaster. Hey, gotta give her credit. The treasure! Could you take me to the first... I heard you the first time. It's just... You don't even know if this is a real thing, but you've dropped everything to go look for it. And now you're asking me, someone you've just met in the middle of the desert, to take you to it. Even though you don't know if it's real, and you just had your car stolen. Did I catch all that? Uh-huh. Shameless. I'm at a loss for words. How do I even respond to that? I try to recollect my thoughts, but only one word comes to mind. Why? Marna shrugs. Nothing more than that. She just shrugs. I take a look at her. A good look. Her wavy hair has been dried out by the hot desert air. Her face is red and drenched in sweat, probably close to melting off her makeup. Even her nice clothes are a little ruffled. But despite all that, this cute, peppy girl wants to keep pressing on. Even when most people would have called it quits after the car broke down. Even out here all by herself. For all I know, she could be some weirdo out to mug me and this is all some elaborate scheme. But she wants my help. My help. It's been a while since anyone has needed that. It's like an honor. Do I deserve that? Probably not. But she's still asking. Why should I say no? I don't have to be in California for another few weeks. Isn't that why I'm taking this trip? To see the sights? For him? Her grandfather, she means. She's a little excitable and even more naive. But maybe I need a little bit of that. It's a lot better than just being out here all by myself with nothing but the ghosts of my memories keeping company. Even if it's just for a little while. Why the hell not? Hop in. For real? Yeah, for real. But only until the first location. After that, the breath is forced out of me by a sharp impact of Marna tackling my stomach. A warm but damp sensation wraps itself tightly around me as dead weight struggles up against my chest. Snuggles. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you! What are you doing? Aw, she's blushing! I'm hugging you, silly. My cheeks grow warmer with each passing second. I try to wriggle my way out, but she stays latched on, her grip getting tighter and tighter. Marna, please. You're all sweaty. I'm sorry. I'm just super happy. She unlatches herself, letting me clear my throat and recollect myself. Anyway, let's get inside. I'm burning up out here. Okay guys, I've been going on for almost 20 minutes now, over 20 minutes, Jesus. Okay, so, we found out what the whole point of the story is. They're trying to find this treasure. Marina, the blonde here on the left, was trying to find it. Total ditz. Car dead, car ran out of gas, phone dead, and car stolen. And, damn, I already forgot the other girl's name. I'm an idiot. Anyway, Red over here is gonna give her a ride to the first location where the treasure is supposed to be. So, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up. If you guys are enjoying it, let me know. If I'm just making an ass of myself with the stupid voices, help, comment, and let me know. Share the videos, like, comment, everything, all that good stuff that YouTube likes to do. And I hope you have a good night. Bye-bye.